Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another power video. This video is for all things in regards to Tariq and Brayden, but specifically for Brayden in regards to the trajectory that his character will take, how his character arc will evolve over the course of this next spinoff, which we are presumably calling Power Legacy, right? Like I said in a previous video, I think that name is like kind of corny and generic, but I'm still gonna watch it regardless, right? It's gonna be Tommy, Tariq, Brayden, and maybe some of the Chicago guys together, right? It's gonna be good TV. But anyways, the emphasis on this video, this theory is about Brayden, and this video is about Tommy. The topic of today's theory video is Tommy is the only person who can get Brayden to stop getting high and being reckless. Or rather, I will explain to you guys why Tommy is the only person who can get Brayden to stay off drugs, all right? Not Tariq, not the threat of jail, prison, not the threat of losing a loved one. This will be Tommy, okay? I will explain why. I will explain the kind of relationship that we can expect Tommy and Brayden to have. I will also bring up a theory within the theory that I was not the first person to bring up, but it's something that we could also speculate about because it's something that could be possible. Anyways, this video is of course going to be another banger. Y'all go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here. Without further ado, let's get to it. All right, now y'all, let's break it down like this. What do we remember of Brayden going towards the end of the Power Book 2 Ghost series, all right? We understand that Tariq, in a sense, not even in a sense, Tariq most definitely demoted Brayden. Brayden went from being Tariq's number 2, right, to just being someone that works for Tariq. And we know Brayden has a serious problem with that. But because he has nowhere else to go per se, and he has no other motion away from Tariq, right, which I don't believe would be his only option in the future, I do believe that he will assume a power position either on his own in ways that it help Tariq, or someone else will offer him a position of power that puts him in the position, I'm using position a lot, right, to compete with Tariq. But before we get to that, remembering where Brayden was, Brayden is somebody who, over the course of the season, he had to deal with getting addicted to cocaine, all right, making many mistakes and embarrassing himself, playing himself utterly from his usage of cocaine, right? Tariq kind of contemplating whether he needed to kill Brayden or not. Remember, during the season, once Brayden started crashing out, every one of us who make this kind of content and all the fans, we were speculating, will Tariq kill this man? I always said Tariq wouldn't, but a lot of people were thinking, hey, it's very possible that Tariq would kill Brayden for making it hot. But we know that Brayden dealt with a lot. He dealt with being Tariq's number 2 and feeling like Tariq was little broing him, which Tariq is definitely doing, as far as withholding information and talking to him like he's a worker and not a partner. Tariq definitely did. We know that Brayden was dealing with the consequences of his choices and how it affected his family. We know that as of now in the current Power timeline, the Westons have moved away. They moved upstate or something. He's responsible for completely tarnishing his family name. We remember that Brayden was walking around the school still using the hell out of his white privilege. The school that he got banned from, and they were scraping off the Weston name, right, from one of the houses over there, right? Brayden is going to be dealing with a lot. On top of everything else, he's extremely emotional, and when he's on drugs, his anger goes to a high level. We first seen an example of what Brayden does when he's severely angry when he killed Uncle Lucas, right? He was sober at that time. Then we see what happened when his girl had an overdose. I believe her name was Elle. Elle had an overdose, okay? We seen what happened when Brayden got high and then took Brayden to deal with the person who they were supposed to scare for giving Elle an overdose. Brayden took it too far and Brayden killed the man. Now, of course, this reminds you of what person? Tommy. Tommy Egan. Our favorite white boy of all time within all black crime dramas, right? Tommy Egan. The same person who was high and got angry and killed his own woman. Thoroughly regretted that for the rest of his life. The same person who caught multiple kills and done many reckless things while being high. What we have to understand is, although Tommy and Brayden are different people, the writers are definitely thinking of Tommy when they are progressing Brayden's character. Okay? There will always be a lot of parallels. But also, because Brayden is somebody who did not grow up in the streets, he's someone who took to the street life, right? There will always be differences, and there will always be that reason why, of course, he will never exactly be Tommy. But when it comes to that aggression, when it comes to that willingness and that propensity to be a savage killer, Brayden has already proven more than once that he has that in common with Tommy. What he also has in common is the inferiority complex. How Tommy had to deal with everyone saying that Ghost made him and he'd be nothing without Ghost. Brayden has only just begun to feel that, right? That inferiority complex, the imposter syndrome, right? The jealousy, right? The hidden jealousy, all things when you're dealing with someone like Brayden who wants to be his own man. And what we're going to see is Brayden try to stay clean, but for whatever reason, he will begin to use again. He will. He absolutely will. And he will make more mistakes. And here lies the opportunity for Tommy to come. And first, we're going to see Tommy not like Brayden much, right? Then we're going to see Tommy spend some time with Brayden. Tommy is going to judge Brayden for being someone who was born with a silver spoon and was stupid enough to ruin his whole life getting caught up with the St. Patrick's. He's going to judge Brayden for that. But then we're going to see Brayden prove himself. I believe there will be a point where Tommy's life is going to be on the line and Brayden is most definitely going to save Tommy's life. Or Tommy is going to see Brayden prove his loyalty to Tariq in a way that reminds him of how he proved his loyalty to Ghost back in the day when they were younger. And over time, he is going to warm up to Brayden. And with him warming up to Brayden, Brayden's going to open up more to him and he's going to understand why Brayden wanted to be his own man. And he's going to respect it. And with him warming up to each other, he's going to see that Brayden has this issue. Once he sees Brayden have this issue and he sees how Brayden makes a mistake while being high, he's going to beat Brayden up. After he beats Brayden up, he's going to sit Brayden down and they're going to have some of the realest conversations that Brayden ever had with anybody. The type of conversations that only Tommy can have with Brayden because they are both two white boys that are and at the same time was number 2 to a St. Patrick. And they had to deal with a lot of similar things that comes with being tied to these people, right? And then Brayden will see Tommy in his sobriety. He will learn that Tommy killed his own lover, right? Tommy had to watch people close to him die being associated with him. A lot of mistakes happen behind him being high, being on drugs, right? And Brayden is gonna watch Tommy be that dude while being sober, okay? And because I am predicting that Tommy also will die, I believe that will be the final nail in the coffin as far as Brayden getting high. I do believe that Brayden will lose at least one loved one due to some kind of drug-related thing, due to them being associated with Brayden in some kind of way, whether it's his sister or it's Trace. We're all waiting for Trace to die. Let me know in the comment section if I'm not the only one, but that will only make him worse. The death of Tommy, right? His mentor will change him, and it will push him to remain sober and be the person that he needs to be for himself, the rest of his family, and Tariq, who's also his family. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's target. That's touch by ink. That's on the phone, nigga.